directed funding for risky COVID research. Oh, I'm gonna start streaming for this one. We're gonna do debates later, though. We are gonna go to debates. He lied. Tulsi Gabbard releases evidence Fauci allegedly directed funding for risky coronavirus research linked to Big Pharma in pursuit of universal vaccines. Let's take a look further into this. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, used her last day in office to release a trove of evidence that Dr. Anthony Fauci, former director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, excuse me, lied to Congress and directed U.S. funding to gain-of-function research linked to Big Pharma's pursuit of universal vaccines while manipulating the intelligence community to cover up his role in the coronavirus pandemic. Wow.
Milton loves rocks, so he bought a .rocks domain name with Squarespace.
Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, is releasing new documents about the COVID-19 pandemic. We're not done with it. Right before she resigns from her role.
According to Gabbard, these documents show that Dr. Anthony Fauci oversaw funding for gain-of-function research at a Wuhan lab, and that he tried to hide the origins of the disease. Here was some of her video uploaded Thursday evening.
Politicized, self-serving leaders like Dr. Fauci covered up their own wrongdoing and abuses of power, manipulated intelligence, lied to Congress, and undermined a duly elected president by restricting his access to the vital facts he needed to keep the country safe.
If any of you can DM
it's time you know the truth.
Senator Rand Paul added on to Gabbard's video, writing, quote, "This release includes additional documents revealing the truth about the lab leak origins and Fauci's lies to Congress under oath. I've referred Fauci to the DOJ multiple times for criminal prosecution over his web of lies. Thank you, Director Gabbard. More to come."
Rand Paul is like really celebrating Juneteenth in a different way.
Wow. Where's
that today?
Abuses of power.
DNI Gabbard. Okay, that's Tulsi Gabbard's. It's X. Let's take a look. Here it is. Okay, it's the first one right here.
Fauci, as head of... Before the COVID pandemic, Dr. Fauci, as head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, provided millions in U.S. taxpayer dollars to fund dangerous gain-of-function research on bat coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, work which is now widely viewed as the source of the unintentional lab leak that sparked the pandemic. Now, in support of President Trump's maximum transparency mandate, today, on my final day as Director of National Intelligence, I'm releasing never-before-seen communications and documents that expose exactly how Fauci worked with politicized career leadership in the intelligence community to suppress the truth about his actions, the virus's lab leak origins, and his role in directing U.S. funding for this dangerous research that caused immeasurable harm and countless lost lives. Now, these documents expose Fauci's direct role in influencing and manipulating IC assessments on COVID-19 and how Fauci lied to Congress in 2024 when, under oath, he denied knowledge of or participation in discussions with intelligence officials about viral research.
Fauci lied under oath when he testified to Congress. That's fucking crazy, dude. Bro. Seriously, though, fuck Dr. Fauci, bro. Fuck Dr. Fauci.
Also received testimony from multiple intelligence community whistleblowers who reported retaliation for challenging the intelligence community's manipulation of intelligence on the virus's origins, once again revealing a clear pattern.
Again, we don't know where the virus came from. We still don't know that. People say it was a woo bat or rats or whatever. I'm not sure where the fuck it came from. But it had to come from something. They had to inject it with something. Something was planted. And I'm pretty sure that it has some possibility to do with Jeffrey Epstein, too. Because keep in mind, there is something in the Epstein files proclaiming that Jeffrey Epstein had a plan to isolate the whole world.
Of suppressing dissent, silencing critics, and burying the truth. Dr. Fauci's close relationships with the intelligence community enabled him to assume 3 key roles that shield him from scrutiny. First, Dr. Fauci funded dangerous gain-of-function coronavirus research linked to Big Pharma and their pursuit of universal vaccines.
Now keep in mind, those vaccines are really quick to make. They were like too quick. Usually it takes like 20 fucking years to develop a vaccine. Okay? You know? But the thing is, when you're putting something that like that that's poorly researched into your body, and I did myself, and I did very little research to confirm, it had caused me so many fucking mental health problems. I can't even bear it, dude.
Worth trillions of dollars. Second, Dr. Fauci was the behind.
I kind of pinned the COVID vaccine for some of my mental health issues. They've gotten a bit worse, but I was able to get better. I'm better now, but they have gotten a bit worse.
Behind-the-scenes advisor who, alongside his hand-picked so-called experts, pushed the intelligence community to endorse a natural animal origin to hide his dangerous gain-of-function research that he funded using taxpayer dollars, all of this in a deliberate attempt to cover up the truth and shift the blame and attention away from Fauci's own actions. Third, Dr. Fauci became the nation's pandemic pundit, and he publicly pushed lies, disinformation, and censorship used.
He is the face of the pandemic. He is the face of the global pandemic, by the way. The main guy behind it.
Using every platform available. Now, according to hundreds of reviewed emails, which are included in this release, the intelligence community almost always incorporated Fauci's recommendations. He promoted a fraudulent paper whose publication he helped prompt as legitimate information for intelligence community consideration. Senior analysts praised Dr. Fauci not as a policymaker, but as what they called an unbiased guide to the real coronavirus experts, while deliberately ignoring experts who might dissent from Fauci's narratives. Fauci didn't stop there. He blatantly lied to Congress under oath during his 2024 testimony to the House Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, denying that he ever spoke to any intelligence agency about COVID. Now, the correspondence I'm releasing today directly contradicts his sworn testimony. Now, we received statements from multiple whistleblowers revealing that the intelligence analysts who dared to challenge Dr. Fauci's COVID origin conclusions faced threats of retaliation, marginalization, and many suffered career setbacks. For example, a contractor was terminated just days after coming forward to ODNI as a whistleblower. Another example, those who advocated for the lab leak hypothesis or expressed dissenting views were reminded by their managers that leadership would determine which analysts would be promoted and which would not. The message was clear: go along or be punished. Senior leaders also sought to undermine whistleblowers by removing anonymity, which is required in the whistleblower process, as they made their complaints, and also insisting that their managers or attorneys be present during ODNI meetings where these whistleblowers were coming forward with their testimony. obviously creating an atmosphere of intimidation. The COVID pandemic caused tremendous hardship and pain for millions of our fellow Americans and countless people around the world. And after years of lies and censorship and cover-ups, the American people deserve transparency, truth, and accountability. The tactics that were used to hide the truth are straight from the deep state playbook. Politicized, self-serving leaders like Dr. Fauci covered up their own wrongdoing and abuses of power, manipulated intelligence, lied to Congress, and undermined a duly elected president by restricting his access to the vital facts he needed to keep the country safe. It's time you know the truth.
Oh, yeah. W. Tulsi. W.